Welcome, my name is Reda Inyesan. A team from International Human Rights Commission, led by Dr. Friday Sani, were at Director Lambert Okpara's office at the National Human Rights Commission headquarters, Abuja. They were there to present him an award in honor of his dedication to the fight for human rights and all the great work that he has been doing in this section. They presented him this award, and in his response, he pledged his continuous support for the International Human Rights Organization in Nigeria and also his continuous work for the defense of human rights in Nigeria.
That we have the duty to perform this morning, and as usual, you have always respected and honored it. You have honored the International Human Rights Commission today again. We appreciate you. Sir, we took our careful time to look at those who have contributed to the fight against human rights violations in Nigeria. Before this time, we have always seen you as a partner. Apart from the fact that you are serving this commission as a director, you have picked a special interest in the International Human Rights Commission, maybe perhaps because of our genuinity, and we so much appreciate that. Sorry, sir. The first visit of this commission to the International Human Rights Commission, when we were still very new in Nigeria, really boosted our courage that we have found a partner, a domestic partner, and that wouldn't have been possible without you. On behalf of the World Secretary and the Chairman of International Human Rights Commission all over the globe, I am here with the working committee at the Secretariat of International Human Rights Commission to appreciate you, to thank you, and then we cannot see the success of the fight against COVID-19 without people like you. The World Headquarters has since directed a policy to identify those who have contributed to the fight against COVID-19. And of all we have done in Nigeria, that wouldn't have been possible without people like you. As a result, sir, we are here to present to you a certificate of appreciation from the World Headquarters. So it is my singular honor on behalf of the World Secretary of the International Human Rights Commission to present this plate to you today. Thank you for all you have done for humanity. Director, let me use this opportunity, sir.
Wow.
Let me use this opportunity, sir, to also inform you that International Human Rights Commission role in Nigeria is a complementary type. And there are so many things that the International Human Rights Commission can make very easy for the country and for the government of today. An example of it, sir, is what I am wearing now. Our International Human Rights Commission has since partnered with local consultants and local producers even before the outbreak of COVID-19. And so through that, when the challenging time came, nothing comes to IHRC as a surprise. What I am wearing now was recently produced and presented by an Israeli company, and Nigerian government was taking it too serious without Nigerian government knowing that this production was done by a local producer here. So sir, we have a simple document that if it is taken seriously by the way of MOU, we are prepared, the World Headquarters is prepared to produce this en masse and then subsidize it for every Nigerian to have, not to be meant for a particular class of people. So it is in that regard, sir, and I also wish to present to you our proposed MOU for your studies. For your studies, so that the next time we shall be visiting the commission, when we shall be presenting the plaque of the executive secretary, if it is studied by you, it can be signed on that day. That's our proposal, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. Thank you, sir.
Let me, on behalf of the Executive Secretary of the Commission, formally receive you to the Commission. Let me also say that I feel very, very highly delighted and humbled by the honor you gave to me this morning. I appreciate it. I cherish it more than any other thing anybody could have given me this year. The reason is not that I have not been able to receive any gift in form of recognitions, but I found this more professional because for the past 23 years I have been doing this job. In fact, I am almost winding up my activities here, but receiving this is like something, a good party for me. And let me also put on record that your organization, the International Human Rights Body, has a lot of influence in the international community. Right from the time I had engaged with your leader, Mr. Danjuma, I have no doubt that it is a matter of time you will do very, very well. I'm sorry, I think I will. Don't worry. I can assure you it will not play them. So I don't have any doubt, because I have gone through his background, and I have also met people who knew him. Each time I meet those people, they will tell me, look, this is an activist. You know, there are people who learn activism when they grow up in a profession. There are also those who are born activists. So right in their blood, they are born to protect people, not even themselves. They are very much interested in the rights of other people, the rights of their community, the rights of their people. So such people are very rare in the society, and if you find them in a combination of that traditional gift and then professionalism, you see that they will excel no matter the circumstances, no matter the challenges. It is not easy to establish an institution, not easy at all, but he has worked very, very hard. The other day I was going through one of his memos, and I said, look, this is one institution this commission should work with. But whether the commission works with this institution or not, the commission has recognized this institution because it has a tremendous role to play in complementing the effort of the commission in the promotion and protection of human rights. So generally, we are in the same shoes with you. We cherish your partnership, and we cherish your commitment and zeal to excel. And what you have done today for me, it is something I will cherish forever. Who knows? Who knows? I might end up joining forces with you, because for me it is my innate kind of gift read to champion the cause of humanity.
Wow.
It has been in me right from birth to now. So I commend you so much. I will also present this memo to the Executive Secretary. I will urge him to also have interface with this great institution. He's aware of the institution, but because of the nature of his work, one, he was coming very relatively new. That's in here. He was relatively new when he was coming. By then, I was coming down from where I was. I used to be the senior special assistant to the ES, then the big man then. So, but then when he assumed office, then I was reverted back to my office here as Director of Corporate Affairs. Indeed, I have served in almost all the departments here, investigations, education, and all what have you. So, but I thank you so much. He told me on phone about this. I said, no, even though we don't receive guests, you can never be denied visiting the commission. And look at what he's wearing as a sign of some of those things committed people do in an attempt to save humanity from death. You know, so I will also commend you for this. In fact, that's the right way to go, because it's a more protective way from this COVID-19 pandemic. So Dalima, please rest assured that you are in partnership with me in particular. And I will do everything humanly possible to ensure that your organization see the necessary visibility it deserves in Nigeria. I am convinced within a period of time, your institution will be a reference point. Amen. By the time we will now begin to work together, amen, people will begin to see the need for them to relate with you. And the people you are representing there will be very, very proud of you. Amen. I'm going to put this into our net now. Later today, if I knew they were going to be so big, I would have also called my own crew. None of them are around. Unfortunately, it's myself and one other staff. But I'm going to forward to her this, so that this is going to our various platforms, media platforms. Wow. So as a sign of our own endorsement. Thank you very much, and thank you for coming, okay? And please stay safe. The pandemic is still here with us. Everybody should try as much as possible, play his or her roles to ensure that we get over these challenges and then also continue our normal lives, okay? I thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, sir.
Director Lambert commended the work of the International Human Rights Commission in Nigeria and urged them to continue the good work that they have been doing.
I feel very, very great. I'm highly honored. I think this is one of the greatest honors I've ever received this year, coming from an International Human Rights Commission, a very credible institution. I will continue to work very hard to justify the confidence reposed on me by this very great institution. I thank the institution very well. I thank the management. I am very, very grateful. On behalf of the National Human Rights Commission, I will express my gratitude to them.
Dr. Friday, who is passionate about human rights, urged the Nigerian government to give authority and power to the National Human Rights Commission to continue the good work that they are doing so that they can affect more lives all over the country.
I am only carrying out a directive of the World Headquarters. The World Headquarters of International Human Rights Commission has actually designed a policy to appreciate those who has contributed to the fight against COVID-19. and our domestic National Human Rights Commission, who is our domestic partner, has to be commended before the journey can kickstart. I mean, in presenting these awards to other stakeholders and other agencies of government. As a matter of fact, the man, Director Corporate Affairs, started partnership with us from the onset, from the beginning of this organization. And the journey so far cannot be complete without the mention of his name. And that's why we are inspired to kickstart the presentation of this certificate with him. We are so comfortable to do it because the man has contributed to the current relationship between the International Human Rights Commission and the domestic National Human Rights Commission. So he is a worthy person for the certificate.
So sir, what do you have to say about the recipient himself?
Well, I see him as highly resourceful. He's highly resourceful. I know he has a lot of potentials and is so concerned about humanity. And like you know, governments of various countries in the world are so scared of the Department of Human Rights Commission of their various states. Maybe because a lot of things has gone under the system and it's difficult for it to be disclosed. Where you are now is supposed to be a court of law that can sentence whoever violates human rights, but is not as operational as it ought to be. And this is why the Child International Human Rights Commission came into being, so that in various countries in the world we can give them the enabling support to be able to fully operate as it ought to be. If it is really operational, this house is a court of law. It can sentence anyone to imprisonment, or as the case may be. But right now it's like an office, a mere office, and we don't want it so. If we have a functional National Human Rights Commission with all the powers as a lawful court, as a tribunal, you will discover that it will be difficult for so many political office holders to put laws into their hands. It will be difficult for security agencies to go beyond their bounds. And that is why we are all out to make sure that the place does not become impotent, but instead an operational tribunal that can really sanction those who violate human rights.
This is all we have for you from the International Human Rights Commission. Thank you for watching.